Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. Today's show, we've got a special treat for you. For the first time ever, we've got a guest on Sex with Emily who's actually having sex with Emily.
No.
We'll also be answering your emails and possibly taking some of your calls on air. Thanks for listening. Okay, I've been throwing out a few mentions here and there about how I received a Sybian in the mail because we were just getting to know each other. I wasn't really ready to get into it, but now I'm ready to spill the beans. This thing will change your sex life. You may think you know all about the Sybian, but forget what you've heard because it's so different from any other sex product you've seen before. In fact, it's so much more than just a sex toy. The Sybian is a full-on sexual experience, one that you can enjoy solo or with a partner. For one thing, it's the only sex product with a unique mountable design that simulates the feel of riding a partner during the women on top position. And the cool thing about the Sybian is that each woman has the power to customize her experience every time she uses it and make it work for her. There's 11 different attachments you can choose from. They have ones that look like a penis. They have different clitoral ones. They have a finger-shaped one, whatever you're into. All this is to provide you with a variety of orgasms to choose from, right? Doesn't sound bad, does it? There's no limit to the ways you can experience a Sybian, and each machine is as unique as the woman riding it. And also, women who have trouble reaching orgasm during intercourse, I know there's a lot of you out there, Sybian could be the secret to unlocking your orgasmic potential. So repeated rides on the Sybian can actually train your body to orgasm, making it easier to experience multiple O's and increased sexual response with a partner. And because of the unique design of the Sybian, once you learn how to orgasm with it, you transfer that experience to sex with your partner. Get it? So you learn how you move and what you like, and then you do that with your partner. It's super cool. Oh, have I mentioned how it will also be hot for your partner to watch you play with it, watch you ride it? You guys can make out, it's a little foreplay. And this testimonial from the Sybian website says it all. My husband and I have been married for 17 years, and I always thought our sex life was okay. But I didn't get too excited about it. My first time on the Sybian, I can hardly describe the feeling I had when my body just exploded. It was just unreal what happened to me. I soon realized that at the age of 38 with Sybian, I had my first orgasm ever. I've now started having orgasms while making love to my husband, and I have Sybian to thank. Thank you, Joan in Texas. So to hear what other customers have to say about their sex life-changing Sybians or to order your own customized Sybian today, visit Sybian.com. That's Sybian.com. And as a special treat for all my listeners, you get $75 off your first order with code Emily75. That's Emily75 at Sybian.com. Thanks for listening.
Into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. You can check out all of our podcasts, sign up for our mailing list. Have you not signed up for a mailing list? I don't understand how you listen and don't sign up for a mailing list because I do not spam you, but my emails rock. I will catch you up on all the latest podcasts. We write articles every week, and they're just a good friggin' time. And you actually get excited. People tell me they get really excited about my emails, so I'm just saying. And thanks everyone for listening. I love you. Hi, Menace. I'm here with Menace today.
Hello, Emily. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I went and traveled many places. I'm back.
I saw
I'm
that.
I'm sunburned. It looks like I have a disease on my nose.
You do
It's
look like you have a disease.
Yeah.
But
I'm happy to be back.
I know. I saw you're in Haiti and riding around on a
Haiti,
cruise ship.
Jamaica, Mexico, some parts of the country, Florida.
With your girlfriend?
Yeah.
When you guys can start fighting or something so we can have something interesting to talk about your
Yeah, we don't
relationship.
fight because it was so
It's
funny.
annoying.
We were just talking about it the other day, and we have we know couples that have issues and stuff like that. And
Couples have issues.
And we just laugh at it. And we go, really? Does everything need to be that dramatic? It's crazy.
It's like you found your perfect woman.
Yeah,
I don't
we're just
understand it. I want to hang out and go to dinner and be like, there's some cracks here.
No, you want there to be because that gives you, I'm not saying you, but
Fodder.
Fodder, and I mean 90% of women out there meaning in life to gossip and talk about drama. Like, who gives a crap?
No, I'm really happy
well,
for
you.
you.
Should just go have fun and travel the world like we do.
Dude, I'm
instead
really,
of fighting
really
over
happy
dumb
for you.
shit at your house, Who cares about that?
Menace, I'm just happy for you. I just want you to, I think it's time that you just, open up about your sex life. That's all. And
this is the Sex with Emily show, and you announced that you're having sex with our guest, and that is amazing.
I know, I didn't even
have
tell
so
Menace.
many questions.
so Menace, I did not tell Menace, brief him on our guest, but this is Ross.
Hello,
Hi, everybody.
Ross. How you doing?
Ross Grant.
Hi, Menace.
All right.
And and we've had some fun experiences lately, and I was like, Ross, you should just come on the show and we'll talk about it.
Wow,
and I'm sure
Ross.
Menace would have a friggin' field day because
Yeah.
he's actually never really met anyone. No one's been on the show that I've dated.
Yeah.
And
This is weird.
I'm making Sex with Emily history right now.
You kind of are.
I know, like,
we're gonna give you a jacket after and a
That's
special
awesome.
plaque.
The question is, like, first of all, how do you do it? How do you
Very carefully, Menace.
How do you do it, man? And why would you agree to come on the show? That's crazy.
Why? What do you think's going to happen?
No, nothing's gonna happen. I'm just saying that, okay. I've known Emily for 10 years, right?
Right.
And I mean, love her, great, awesome person,
I agree.
but effing exhausting, okay? When you talk to her, like, how do you handle hanging out with her all the time? I don't get it.
We don't hang out all the time.
Like,
I'll let
how
him
much
have
does
it.
she talk?
She does talk a lot. She's
A lot
worn.
of talking.
Yeah. But, she usually says interesting things.
I would want to take a nap,
She tells me that people have told her before no talking after 8 o'clock.
I told you about
Yeah.
that. My boyfriend, a long time
Yeah.
ago.
And that her parents used to say only 2 questions before bed, right?
Yeah, because I would ask questions all day long. They'd be like, okay, my mom would be like, 2 more.
I know. So you don't have any of those
She
rules
talks
yet.
a lot. I mean, I'm not always that talkative, so sometimes she'll just come in and talk nonstop, and then I don't have to say anything. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, he's not very talkative,
But
and
so
I fill in the blanks.
But you haven't, like, set any rules yet.
No.
Like, how...
Oh.
About talking?
Yeah, so how long... yeah. About talking.
No, I haven't limited her talking yet. But
Okay.
That wouldn't
get
go
to
down.
that point.
Yeah.
Believe me, my friend. Have that conversation now, so it's not
Stop
a big
it,
deal
Menace.
later.
I didn't...
What?
I could have, like, beforehand been like, Menace, be cool, don't do anything. But I'm like, fuck it. You're going to
What?
say what you want.
No, I'm speaking
Okay,
cool.
moving on from
Come
talking.
on.
My talking is one of the things that, I don't know, he likes about me.
Okay, that's great.
Any other questions?
Yeah, more questions. All right, so... Wait, so how long has this been going on? Like...
It's sort of been off and on for months.
Months? All right.
What would you say, Emily?
I mean...
Like the truth?
Yeah, I mean, we met 2 years ago, actually. And then we were friends for a while, and then we were dating,
What
and then
sex
we
party?
weren't.
What kind of
And
sex party did you guys meet at?
We didn't meet at a
We
sex
met
party.
in, like,
but
the most non-sex party way ever. We met just looking at apartments.
looking for
in Los
apartments about a year
Angeles.
ago.
Oh, okay.
Or we met 2 years ago, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, sleeping together for
Yeah.
about a year. But
Okay.
a few months is
Cool.
fine too. Yeah. So we met looking for apartments 2 years ago when I was moving to West Hollywood. And he was moving here from San Francisco.
Oh,
So I was like, oh, wow, Bay Area.
yeah.
And then we became friends. And we went on a date.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And then we, like, didn't see each other for, like, 6 months or something like that.
Right.
Emily was too cool. We texted now and then.
Oh,
And I kept our relationship to podcasts and Loveline.
cool.
yeah, he listened to me. Yeah. Well, because when we met, you were like, oh, I recognize your voice. He had heard me in Loveline.
Yeah.
And he likes Loveline.
Nice.
And and then we just started dating.
Cool. So what do you guys do? We'll get to the sex part, whatever.
Okay, we did.
But the
Yeah, we
question
didn't meet at a
is-
sex party, but we did go to a sex party that I'm going to
Okay.
talk about.
Yeah,
All
that
right,
was,
so-
like, last week.
What do you guys do for, like, fun and stuff like that? Like,
Pretty much all Sybian all the time.
yeah?
He actually he broke my Sybian.
No, for real. I just want to
Virginal
know, like,
Syb-
what, I mean,
No.
like,
What do we do?
entertain.
Go to dinner, go to movies, go to parties,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
hang out with friends.
Mutual friends.
Yeah.
Cool.
What do you think I do?
Normal stuff.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
We
Like,
We
how
do
do you
love
keep her
things.
entertained? Because she's...
You think
Again, I
she'd be
love her.
hard to entertain? Is that
Yeah,
I'm
so
chill,
much
Menace.
ADD. Like, I took her with me to some screening of a movie. For like, it was like
It was the worst movie ever.
It was like some press screening, right? And all she did is talk through the whole movie, and then I was embarrassed because all my colleagues was like, "Who the hell is
dude,
this?"
everybody talked the whole time. It was the worst movie that's ever been made.
No,
Just 10 years
everybody
ago.
was just you. Talk the whole time.
Okay.
I'm just saying, how do you keep her entertained?
She's a little bit of a homebody. Sometimes I have to make her do stuff,
I'm
actually.
not, see, this is what
Really?
you don't know. People
See?
don't believe this
That's
about
what
me.
I want to
that-
know.
Actually, I go out more than she does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm talking all day and I'm working all the time. And I actually people assume that. Like my friend Anna, David, was like, you go out every night, you're out every night. I'm like, I really don't. Like I actually like to hibernate and sort of be kind of more reclusive. So, yeah. I said home.
Okay, so when she said that she does sex with Emily, you're like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a good...
Was that like very interesting to you right away? Obviously, any guy would probably think that was interesting.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I actually used to live in San Francisco, and I used to hear her on her FM show up there, like years ago.
You heard us on this radio.
Wow, that's crazy.
Which was like 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah.
I think. And then, I heard her on Loveline, and so when I met her, it was just really interesting because I heard her voice, and I was like, I know that voice.
Stalker, but that's cool. You like stalkers.
So not a stalker.
I wasn't really looking for an apartment.
Exactly. He moved here to be with me. No.
No, I mean, I'd always liked what she had to say on the radio. I was interested to get to know her a little bit.
Cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
So you used to masturbate and listen to the show before
Constantly.
you met her?
Maybe he did. Maybe that was the connection, but you don't remember. But it's interesting you say that because I don't know if I've asked this, but people do all the time. They're like, are guys intimidated to date you? Like, is it weird? But I don't know. Like, were you? Because that's just...
No,
it wasn't intimidating.
honestly, just no. I don't
You're like,
know.
cool. Sex Emily. Maybe she knows something.
My parents have been like, so what's that like?
His dad asked him, what's sex with them? So what's that like? And you said...
What?
It's a lot of fun.
Wow. You had that conversation with your dad?
Yeah, and they
That's
Googled
crazy.
me. His parents Googled me.
Oh, are
Well,
you
she actually
serious?
met my parents
yeah.
fairly recently.
Oh, my God.
I went
How'd
to
that
a
go
family
over?
reunion.
How did it go over, Emily?
I liked
Was
it.
it stressful for you?
It was stressful because it was actually a few months ago, and when I went to San Francisco, and he was having a family reunion outside, and San Francisco, and he was like, "Oh, as long as you be there, come meet my family." And I was like, "Okay," And then I'm thinking, a reunion. It wasn't his parents. Like it was this whole how many members of your family?
Like 30 of my cousins and aunts and uncles and stuff
Yeah,
like
for
that.
the weekend, Sea Ranch.
Wow, okay, so there's 30 people there, and then you say, oh, this is...
Sex with Emily.
Right.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. I
Well,
know.
we didn't even say that, but it was like my parents knew she was coming for a while, so of course all the cousins had Googled her before we got
This
there.
is the
so they were
problem. You
like,
Google me. It's like
Yeah.
anal sex month. Hi,
Yeah.
Emily. Nice to meet you.
Steak and BJ Day.
Right. Exactly. So
Wow.
they were cool. They
Cool.
liked me. I liked them.
Of course. Did they have a ton of questions they were just asking you constantly, or no? Or they avoided the subject?
They'd avoided the sex. What do you think?
They kind of avoided the subject, to be honest, I think. Didn't they? I don't
Yeah.
know. Did anybody ask?
No one was like, so how did you study sex?
No,
What
they
exactly
just-
went into that?
Give me a tip on PJs.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that
nothing?
at all.
Okay.
No.
I remember my dad they talked later and went, well, at least Ross is having a good time.
Yeah, you know that it's a good time. Yeah.
What about your mom, though? I mean, of course, Dad's gonna be into it.
If anything, my dad's a little more conservative, so my mom was probably like, this is great, and was all fascinated, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, mom was nice. I liked
Yeah.
him. But I was nervous because it's when I meet people, I'm always thinking about my job is not just I'm a doctor or Ross is actually a doctor. But it's not like I'm actually I'm a dentist or it's I'm a sex and relationship. I have a doctorate in human sexuality and I help people have better sex and relationship. He's it's always weird. Sex with Emily is my brand. You just you can't just say it. But I don't remember what I said. I think they all knew though because they already Googled me.
Right.
So that was a good time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So surprised, meeting family.
I know.
I'm sure they loved her because that always happens like that.
They did love her, yeah.
They could not. I don't know.
I mean, it was a last-minute thing that she came, but it was really fun.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm blown away.
I know, you can't even speak. I've never seen you like this. But it's funny. So the reason why I thought it'd be interesting to have Ross in here, besides the fact that people, who knows, maybe people assume I don't really even have sex because they've never met anyone. But we recently went to a swingers party.
Oh,
Play party.
here we go.
And we're talking recent. It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I thought about you, Menace, the whole time. No, not the whole time. But what happened was Holly and Michael, they're swingers. They have a show on Play by Radio called Swing. And they've been saying, oh, come to these play parties. They're fun. And I've been to parties in the past. And it's interesting if you've never been. And they sent me a text. We were out the other night, which is such a random night. Because first we went out with Dr. Drew and his wife, Susan, for dinner. It was a normal night. And then we went out to see Anderson, who's the, call screener on Loveline.
Yeah.
He did a film screening at Busby's. Producer.
He's not just call screener. He's
I
not
didn't
even
mean
the call screener.
I didn't know I said that. Board
True,
engineer. God, sorry, Anderson. I love you, Anderson. He's jealous of you, actually. He's like, who's
Why?
Menace? Because he thinks he's my other guy that I do a show with.
People know way more people know who Anderson is more than me.
No, people know you.
No.
People know you. Okay, so anyway, we did that. And then, in between the dinner and the screening for Anderson's films, I get a text from Holly and Michael. They're like, hey, there's a really cool party tonight in the Hollywood Hills. Do you want to come, a play party? And Ross and I talked about it because he's never been to one. And if you've never been, it's kind of an interesting experience. So I look at it, I'm like, do you want to go? And you had to work the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe we should just you were like, try, but I was kind of tired. I'm always no. So you know why he's good for me? Because there's so many nights where I'm like, yeah, we should go to a movie. And I'm like, I'm just going to stay home. And he like pushes me.
Right. I mean, that was a
things.
perfect example where you'd think I might be like, yeah, sweet. And she was like, let's just go home and go to bed.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh, I'm going to bed.
Right.
I
So
feel you.
I kind of talked to her. I mean, I had never been to one, but I was just curious. I was like, when else am I going to go to a
Tell me about
party?
this experience, though. Like, how many people were there and what was going on? Were there people naked? Did you see live sex acts? What's going on?
Yes.
Are all
No, I mean...
we drive to the house.
Yeah.
So
Tell me everything.
we drive like, going up the hills, and we're like, what's going to be like? And I knew that these people would be like, there'd be like an attractive swinging crowd. Not that it matters, but like, you always think swingers with ponytails. And I want to tell you that, were there any ponytails at the party?
There were no ponytails.
No ponytails.
No.
And so,
Then you went to a really high class one.
yeah.
Right.
It was like,
Ponytails
I'm not
not
going to
allowed.
mess around. So we go to the party, and we get there, and it was, Holly and Michael greeted us, and there was just, it's like a regular party. Like, people
Yeah.
are standing around drinking, maybe a little more scantily clad.
Yeah, but I mean, when you walk in, it pretty much just looks like any party in LA. It was like they had a bar and a DJ and like food. They had hors d'oeuvres set up and
Yeah.
stuff.
Wow,
and,
classy.
Yeah,
and it was
totally
just
classy.
at a nice house in Beverly Hills, and people were just kind of standing around.
So how
drinking
many
and
people
talking.
are at this party?
Maybe like 50,
Yeah.
60, something like that.
All right, so you get there when
And probably
Right.
more women than men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the rule for swinger parties is that it has to be couples, and then single women are allowed to come. So when they invited me, they're like, hey, come meet us. I'm like, I'm with a guy. They're like, okay, cool, bring him. So we went, and we're talking to him. But the great thing about Holly and Michael is they've been in the lifestyle, as they call it, for a while. So Ross, actually, you had questions. Like, they actually were like our tour guides, our swinger party tour guides.
Yeah.
And they were explaining to you and to me about their relationship and how it all worked, right?
Yeah,
They're
because
kind of
I
giving us-
didn't know anything about this whole world. But Michael was a really interesting guy, and he has a PhD in psychology, or
Yeah.
was getting one. So he was really into talking about the whole thing worked and all the different rules that different couples have and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was interesting talking to him about it.
Yeah, and then they took us on a tour.
Yeah.
And like, so before, it's like a regular party. People are drinking and talking, and you walk, and we're like, okay, you walk back to the house, and there's like 2 bedrooms that were empty, with like candles and like bowls of condoms and like just beds. You're like, okay, that's where the sex is going to go down. And then there's like a back room. Oh, there's a back room too.
Yeah. And it was funny because when we got there, I was like, this is just like any other party. And Emily kind of went, yeah, wait like an hour or two, everybody will be having sex everywhere. And I was like, no way. And then about an hour later after, we just kind of had a drink and hung out. And then we went back to look at the other rooms. And then when we went back there, everybody was having sex.
Everybody's having sex.
just in
the
front
back
of
rooms.
everybody.
Yeah.
It'd be like sort of like each room would have like a couple of people having sex. And actually, there were a lot of people just standing around watching. Like, it was very much about sort of the voyeur aspect of it. Because a lot of people weren't really participating. They were just watching. Wow.
Yeah.
Us included. I mean, we didn't.
Yeah, we weren't going to like...
We just watched.
Right. We watched, and then we walked around. It was funny because then there's people like having sex, and then we're like on the dance floor, and it starts getting kind of, everyone's dancing, and we're just standing. Were we dancing? We weren't.
We were kind of dancing and saying, and then it was funny, like we were sort of dancing and just like making out or something, and then we looked to our left and some couple just started having sex against a pole like
Yeah.
right next
Wow,
to
so
us.
like, what kind of positions are going on at this?
It was a
thing?
lot of from behind standing up. That
Yeah.
seemed to be the go-to.
That was the go-to.
You
But at
saw
first
that
I'm like, are
everywhere.
they dirty dancing? Oh, no, they're
Right.
doing doggy style.
Like
you
it was
can't
so
tell.
foreign to me because I realized I've never seen any two people have sex in front of me ever. So I'd look over and be like, wow, she's not wearing much. Oh, wait, she's actually naked and he's
Right.
actually having sex with
Yeah.
her right next to me.
And there's like 2 women going down at a guy on the couch. But
Yeah.
then some people are just sitting around talking, you know?
Yeah.
So it's interesting because you look over and you're like, oh, wait, I can't. Oh, yeah. They're,
So after you experience all this and you don't have sex in front of anybody, do you go home and have sex?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was great foreplay because it's hot to watch people have sex, you know? Like we were like.
You weren't tempted to go into a room there and have sex?
No.
No?
No, we weren't. No, but it was
So you
hot.
had to like wait until
We had
you
to wait, but then we had awesome sex when we got home. I
Yeah.
think, it was really fun because it's
No,
kind of
it
like
was great,
foreplay, but it's like watching porn, but live porn, and then you go home
Yeah.
and you have sex. So it was interesting. But the best part, the reason why I thought, because at one point I'm like, okay, we've seen this, can we go? And then Ross was like, I look over and he was just like, wow, like his face was, and I was like, it's probably like how a kid feels like with, a parent feels with their kid, like the first time their kid sees snow, and they're like, oh, seeing it through their eyes. And I was like, oh, Ross is seeing people have sex. It was such a fascinating experience for him.
I know. You brought that to him. And it's
I hope your
before the
parents-
holidays, too. Like, what are you going to do? Now,
Happy
now
Merry
what do you
Christmas.
do?
I know exactly. Your parents would be so proud.
Right,
I'm opening.
yeah.
I'm opening your eyes up.
Exactly.
To
I
new
know.
things.
Wait until your parents find out that she's bringing you to swingers parties now.
Well, his mom did say to him recently, so I don't understand this podcast. How do I listen or something? I'm like, please, can we not go
I know.
there?
My dad has been trying to listen to the morning show that I'm on, the Woody Show in Los Angeles. for like the past year and a half. He can't figure out how to stream it, and I tell him don't worry
Why?
about it. I don't know, because we're always ragging on stuff.
But you're good.
But Menace doesn't ever give any details of his sex life?
He used to. I listened to an old show recently.
But I mean, I'm not going to wild sex parties, and yeah, of course I have sex sometimes here and there. But I'm not like a single man. I'm in a relationship, and but I always said this is people are not here for me. They're here for Emily. It's the Sex with Emily show.
People love you, Menace.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
all the emails.
that.
Everyone, thank you for emailing
but
us. We appreciate it.
I'm not at the level of why people are here. When it comes to sex, I'm
Yes,
here
you
to
are.
enhance you and make you a better broadcaster.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. God knows I need that help. The other thing that I also want to talk with Ross about, which we'll get into, is that I believe you hadn't used sex toys before with a partner. You can
Not very little.
Oh my
very,
God!
Very
Are
little.
you ready, man?
Very, very little.
You've been to her apartment, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's.
I mean, I haven't been to
Have
her.
you?
No, I haven't been to her Los Angeles apartment, but we used to have a lot of meetings at her San Francisco apartment,
Yeah.
and that place was running out of space.
Yeah, it's intense when you walk in there the first time.
Yeah, there's like toys. It's like now I got the Sybian. Like it's a
Yeah.
whole thing. And he actually was with me when I tried the Sybian. So we're
And
gonna.
you told me that your LA place is smaller than your San Francisco
Yeah,
one,
it
right?
is. It's
oh
smaller.
my God!
Yeah.
Are you just tripping over
She
everything?
has no closet.
I have
It's
no
just
closet.
clothes and sex toys.
It's really. I know. It's hard. It's hard to like navigate. Like climb
Yeah.
over the Sybian to get to my dresses, and then climb back over the fleshlights, and then
It's cute, though. It's small,
It's
like
there-
her.
Yeah.
Oh, how sweet! I mean, like the fuse box, like handle all the charging. It sounds
I
like you
haven't
need
blown a
like
fuse yet.
you need solar power.
I know, totally. Okay.
You
well,
get one of those new Tesla batteries that they have for the
totally
home.
do that. Okay. Well, I got to talk about something really quickly, and then we're going to go back to toys. But the thing that you need to know about, is my magic wand. We've tried the magic wand, right, Ross? The Cadillac of all vibrators. How long have we talked about the freaking magic wand?
Oh,
10
that's
years?
been your number one for 10 years.
Right. Well, the exciting news to share is that it's the same toy that you know and love and trusted for 30 goddamn years. Who has toys out for 30 years? It's amazing, penetrating vibrations, and you remember that I used to plug it into the wall and all that. But now the mind-blowing magic wand is unplugged, has no cord, and no limits to how you can enjoy it. So it's a common belief that rechargeable sex toys can't be powerful, but the rechargeable wand is every bit as strong as the original. In fact, I love it because it has a few new tricks up its sleeve, including a smoother silicone head, 4 brand new vibration patterns like you've never felt before, and 4 levels of intensity to choose from. And I've tried them all, and they're all equally mind-blowing as the original, not to mention a little bit quieter, which is great if you have roommates. Because if you have roommates, sometimes they can hear stuff that's going on. Thank God I don't have roommates. Okay, so.
How long does the charge last again on these things? You know?
It lasts hours. I feel like I never charge this one. Like 4 hours, maybe? I don't know.
Probably.
Like 5 I've never even charged it. So it's awesome. So this is the deal. You don't have to sacrifice pleasure at all. Just try out the rechargeable vibe at magicwandrechargeable.com. Are you ready to go unplugged? Okay.
Cool.
Now we're back to the show. We're getting some calls.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. So we thought we'd try this out. We are going to open up the phone lines once a month, twice a month, see how it goes. And we just tweeted out the number and let you know through Facebook. It's all at Sex with Emily. And we have a call coming in, and it's Rachel from Utah.
What?
Let's put Rachel on. What up, Rachel?
Oh my God! Hi.
What?
Hi.
The phone's working, everything.
It
It's
works.
crazy.
This is crazy.
I know. What's going on?
I'm such a huge fan, so I'm kind of nervous, but I'm
Don't
really
be nervous.
excited.
I'm excited too. You're our first
Okay,
caller.
good.
What's going on?
What? I'm the first caller?
Yeah.
You are.
Oh my God! I've been waiting, anticipating this. This is crazy. Okay. Hi, I'm 24. I live in Utah, and so I have a question. First of all, I thank you for what you do. You've kind of changed my life, my sex life.
Oh my God, you're welcome. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. I listen to you every day. And I've been listening to you for the last few months.
And I'm here with
Okay,
Menace,
so-
by the way.
Hello.
And a guy, Ross, the guy I'm sleeping
I
with.
love Menace.
Thank you.
I love you
Thank you,
both.
too.
Okay. I'll stop fangirling now.
Oh, thanks, sweetie. It's
Okay.
really sweet to hear from you.
Okay, so my boyfriend and I decided to first have sex in March, for the first time. And it was with my boyfriend. who I had been dating for like a month, and
Okay.
the sex was awesome. I've always been really into sex and like super turned on and always like passionate about it. And so right from the start, it was like amazing and awesome. But I didn't think I was having orgasms because I've always heard that if you have one, you're gonna know.
Right.
And I never knew. And then so after like a few months of having sex, I was like, I really don't think I'm having them. So I had to do some research. And that's how I found your podcast. And I was like, okay, I need to go get a vibrator. I need to start masturbating.
That's it. That's right.
I had never done it. And like it took 2 times and I had an orgasm.
Oh, awesome. What toy did you buy? I need to know.
Okay, well, I bought like the little mini bullet, like the Screaming O.
Oh, perfect. It's a great starter
Yeah.
one. Yeah, it's 3 speeds. It's like $15.
Yeah.
Great starter. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
Good job.
here's
Congratulations.
so it's awesome. So now I can have orgasms super easy. And I watch porn, and I can have orgasm no problem.
Wow,
Like,
look.
easy.
Doing the Lord's work.
I am, Menace.
Yeah. You are. Changing people's lives. It's awesome. But now it's kind of a problem because I was having sex with my boyfriend for like 6 months, maybe, before I ever had one, and I still can't have them with him.
Okay.
And we have awesome sex.
That's really super common. Okay, so
I
if
know,
you've been
but
listening...
but now it's been like I've been able to have orgasms for like 2 months now, and I still can't have them with him. And
Okay.
we tried, and
So you're having them
And so
obviously...
now
okay, yeah.
and-
You're having
and
them
so it's
clitorally,
changed.
right? A clitoral orgasm?
Yeah,
Because you're using
yeah,
a little bullet? So how come you can't just bring the bullet into
I
the bedroom?
have. I have.
Okay.
He's very
Really?
aware. We're very open about everything, and I tell him, and he was really excited, and he wanted to try it on me, and I tried to show him, and like he couldn't do it in the right spot.
Well,
Like,
then maybe you
no.
need to do it the first time and have his hand...
I've tried, and it's not. It's just like I don't know. I don't know
think
why
you're
it's not
blocking your
working.
stuff. So you're having anxiety around it, I think, because he's watching you and like in your room, you probably feel like you can make the faces you want and you can, rub as hard, whatever it is that you do. And you're probably really self-conscious that he's going to be like judging you and that it's just not going to happen. And so a lot of times we like cock block ourselves from orgasms, Like,
I know, but I've heard you say that, and I'm like, we're so like comfortable together though. I think my problem is like communicating. Okay, here's the problem: is like we have a certain way of having sex because it's been like 6, 8
yeah,
months,
but that's nothing. You
something
can
like that.
change it. Okay.
I know, but so like, it's always really good, but like I think he's like so used to that way that he's like not used to like.
What is the
slowing
way?
down.
What is the way? Like missionary?
Like,
'Cause-
no, we do everything.
Oh, I thought you
Like,
said there's
we
one
do
way of
all-
sex.
No, I know, but it's usually like he's into the G spot more so than the clitoris.
But you're not yet. So here's the deal. Does he ever go down on you? Oral sex?
Yeah, but okay, when he does, it's still like it's. I don't know if he knows. Like now that I know what it like, I don't think he's giving enough attention to my clitoris, and I told him that. But then I think I hurt his feelings. I don't know.
No, I don't think you did. I think that guys just need to be shown, and you're young. Is he 24? Is that well?
He's 27.
Okay, guys in their 20s don't know anything about the clitoris or the vagina,
I
to be
know.
honest. So I think that you just need to be totally honest with them because I believe it sounds like a good man. You sound like a good woman, and you probably picked a good guy that he would actually be really interested in wanting to know exactly what to do to please you. So
Okay. So here's my other problem. It's only with a vibrator. I can't have an orgasm with just my fingers.
okay,
I
that's
don't know how
common
to show
too.
it.
But okay, so you could bring the vibrator with. Do you use lubricant?
Yeah.
Awesome. So lube is great. And I think that you just need to show him. Has he ever seen you have the orgasm yet? Like, have you?
No, and I almost feel like he doesn't even care because he's so used to like having like I don't like it's. I don't think he even cares anymore. Like,
Okay.
he did at first.
Well, listen,
but then
okay.
I wasn't having them, so he's just like,
Rachel, here's the deal. Okay, so you got to back up. So you're telling yourself all these stories about why it's not happening, blah, blah. You guys were having sex for 6 months. That's nothing. You can change. You can change this whole game around and just be like, first of all, I recommend mutual masturbation. You have the vibrator and be like, babe, I think mutual masturbation is a great way for couples to like learn.
So like I'm doing it myself and he's doing it himself because
Yeah,
sometimes we'll,
totally.
Like,
That's
be doing
hot.
it
He watches
together.
you watch him, and then he's going to see exactly what you're doing. He'll get off because you're getting off, and try that. But I think you're like limiting yourself because you're yes butting me. So all the things I'm telling you, you're like but just listen. So
Okay,
there's stuff
I'm listening to you. I trust you.
No, you're awesome. Okay, good. So I actually have a great blog on my website called "What's Getting in the Way of Your Orgasm." And you should check that out. I have tons of stuff like this on my website. But I think that you can have the orgasm. That's great. So you just need to figure out how you can translate him. So first, he needs to watch you do it. You need to do exactly what you do, even if you're holding it while you're on top or bottom or doggy style, and just like let him see that. Tell him to like slow down. And you're assuming that he only wants to have sex in these certain ways and he doesn't care about your orgasm. But you're right. He's probably used to it.
He does care, but then it's like, so I told him, so then he tries to spend more time on the clitoris. Then like after like 5 minutes and I don't have an orgasm.
5 minutes is nothing. 5 minutes is, he could have made you dinner, got you a glass of water. Like 5 minutes is nothing.
Yeah, you're overthinking it. You should smoke weed or something. Chill out.
Ross, what do you think? Okay, Ross, we got some 2 guys in here, so and then we're gonna have to let you go. But
it sounds a little bit like you're making assumptions about what he thinks, though. I mean, I think just sit down and talk to him.
There's
about
too much
it.
thinking going on.
Yeah. If there's too much thinking, and yeah, honey, you're so in your head. But I love that you got a vibrator. I think that you just got to be like, babe, listen. Our sex is awesome. I love having sex with you. And now that I've like did he know you weren't orgasming before?
Yeah.
Babe, this is so exciting. I want to show you this. Like, this is how, let's play some music, light some candles, have some wine, and be like, let's do this thing where you get off and I get off. You show him what happened, what you do, and then you like explain to him what you need. And bring that little bullet with you. Don't worry about that you can't do it with your fingers or whatever. That could come later, but it doesn't matter. So now you just got to figure out how to integrate it and stop like telling yourself all these messages that he doesn't want to do, whatever, because it's not true. And check out that on my website, What's Getting in the Way of Your Orgasm.
Yeah.
And thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much for listening and calling. You're awesome.
Thank you.
You're my
guys.
first
You
call.
guys
You
are
rock. You got
awesome.
this. You're on this. Keep
This is
going.
crazy.
Keep talking.
All right.
Thank you, honey.
Drink
Have a great
silver
day.
tequila, silver. Not the
Tequila, the female Viagra. Bye, sweetie. Thank you so much for calling. Good luck to you. Keep
Bye.
us posted. Bye.
Great call.
Great call. I love it.
She's just getting in her head about what he's thinking.
I know.
Exactly. Don't you think that women do that a lot? And when you're appreciative when
Totally.
I'm like, hey, Ross, I need
They
this
just need
story.
to talk. He'll probably be stoked on it. He'll be excited to talk about it.
Exactly.
And excited to watch,
Now,
too.
speaking about orgasms and stuff like that, the first time did you have an orgasm, Emily?
With Ross?
Yes.
I don't remember.
No, I'm just kidding. Was there a lot of pressure at having sex for the first time, knowing, this is what she does for a living, constantly talking about sex?
Wow. It's going back a little ways. I think,
I
wasn't thinking about it at the time as much. I probably thought about it later.
That's why I didn't have one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she's like, yeah, you didn't think about it. It was kind of a spontaneous thing when it first happened.
Because we were friends and we didn't think we were going to hook up.
And then we
did.
didn't do it again for a while. And then probably, I don't know.
Okay, I have a better question.
Go.
Okay.
Forget that one. How does she sound when she orgasms?
Oh, jeez.
There we go. That's what people want to know.
I don't know. Emily, why don't you just do an impression of it and I'll tell you if you're accurate.
I can't. Is there a vibrator in here? No.
Ross, you tell me. Come on.
She's loud.
You don't have to. Oh, wow. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Were you
Good
guys
thing she
having-
doesn't have roommates. Yeah.
Am I loud? I'm loud. Am I
okay.
always loud?
Yeah. It's great.
Okay, so you're having sex at her house.
I'm loud.
it's
And his
loud.
house, but
At
he's
my
has.
house. I don't really have roommates either.
Okay.
I'm loud.
Yeah.
Loud, okay.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
how-
she
how
doesn't hold
loud?
back.
Yeah.
She's uninhibited. It's good.
How many decibels, like, loud?
Like, a lot. Hundreds.
So do you think maybe her neighbors can hear her?
No, because I don't have neighbors. I live in a separate house.
Yeah, she lives in like a separate little house.
I know,
yeah.
but I'm sure there's...
I close my windows. I have air conditioning on.
Yeah?
But I wonder when the windows are open.
I don't know. Now I'm thinking about the first time thing. Why do you have sex with me again then?
Because you're hot. And I thought there's potential because most women don't have orgasms the first time with a partner.
Right.
And then we got closer.
I did though. If you were wondering if I did, I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I did have an orgasm.
I know.
It was great.
I feel like
Way
every
to go,
time you
Len.
have. Thanks. Thanks. It was awesome. But I feel like then we started to communicate more about things because it was really I mean, it was very. So Ross, when we opened up, said a few months, but it's actually been a year. And it's funny because we were visiting your family. They're like, "How long have you guys been together?" You're like, "A year." But then just now you're like, "A few months."
Yeah. Emily answers in various ways too.
Yeah. But it's been a year that like since your penis has been in my vagina.
Well, that's always like... That's always
Look
like
at
when you're...
Madison's face,
just to
producer
get really
Madison.
specific.
Yeah, but I mean that's the typical thing that when you're usually like casually hooking up with somebody and then maybe you end up being in a relationship with them is like, oh, what do you call the actual timeline of us,
I also think the guy starts to care more later.
Yeah. Not always.
Ideally, the guy starts to care
Ideally,
later.
the guy cares. Sometimes he's like, we'll just,
Well, I mean,
keep
sometimes
banging.
it's like
Yeah.
girls complain about it. It's like maybe the guy just didn't care the first time.
Yeah. Well, it's even like Rachel who called in. Like, you think like her guy doesn't, I don't know. They've been together. I think if someone likes you in the relationship, you hope that they care. But I wanted to talk about, before we get into the Sybian experience we had, but I want to talk about the first sex toy I think we used was the cock ring, the Jeju, the Mio, which is friggin' rockin'. It's like a rechargeable
Cock ring?
cock ring, right? Wasn't that the first one?
I think so, yeah.
What color is it?
Black. I left it at your house. Do you still have it?
Yeah. It's in my pocket.
And that was cool because I don't think so. What did you think about it? Because I always talk about how guys like the vibrations, but I thought, didn't you like how it felt too?
Yeah, and it's really
a cock ring. It vibrates.
It's just cool to use one that you're both using at the same time.
Yeah,
I feel like
because he puts on his penis and then I get on top of it and have orgasms.
Now, you said that you didn't really ever use sex toys before hanging out with Emily. Has any of them, caught your eye? Like, that you like so far? Like, oh, you got to bring in that one.
I mean, I like whatever one she likes, so it's just fun to like have her try. She likes I'm bad at the name of them. The little pebble one.
Oh, the Mimi.
Yeah, you
the
love that
Jeju
one.
Mimi. You even know that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hot watching her use that one.
Yeah, it's great because it it fits in the palm of your hand, and it's great to use for clitoral stimulation, and also you can use it, on guys' balls or shaft. Pretty cool.
Has she introduced you to the dump truck yet?
No, enlighten me, Menace.
There's no one. That's
Yeah,
the
Menace
one.
made it up.
I've been working on that one, manufacturing for a while.
The other good thing that Menace had his idea for his own sex toy. The Sybian, let's talk about that. Because so what happened was, I talked about Sybian at the beginning of the show, but they sent me one because I met them at like the sex toy shows I go. And they're like, we want to send you one. I'm like, oh my God. And I got it, and I was a little, at first I'm like, it was in the box, and then you take it out, and I was like, I got to try it. And so Ross was over, I'm like, let's try it. And it's cool because, I don't know, you plug it in the wall, and you do mount it. And I didn't try it with any of the attachments because it has attachments so you can like ride them like a vibrator, like a attachment, like a dildo attachment. But I just wanted to like feel the vibrations of like clitoral stimulation. And he like worked the controls. It's like a spaceship almost. It has like a vibration control. You can go up to like 11, whatever,
it's really
10.
fun.
And it was hot.
What are you telling your friends? Like, I'm going over to her house.
He
and she
did
has
text his friend. Wait,
have a Sybian. Like that's not not everyone has a Sybian.
Nobody has. I'm like the only second
like-
person they've ever given one to for free. Yeah.
And people are familiar with it from Stern, to be
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
So my friends are like, oh yeah, from Stern.
Right.
Did you get Sybian head?
Sybian head is a big thing. So did you see how it could be? You didn't that time.
I didn't. I know.
We'll work on that.
Okay,
It's mind blown.
I'm trying to imagine all this stuff. So you're walking in, and there's a freaking Sybian.
It's not that big though. You think it'd be really big and intimidating. It's not. No.
I'm assuming that it.
Yeah, it's
not-
just out there on our coffee table when you walk into the place.
They actually
you
just
serious?
sent me this ottoman. It looks like just like an ottoman, like a furniture thing, but you open it up and I could store the Sybian inside of it. It's so
Is
cool.
it because I'm thinking the Sybian is like it looks like a one of those rodeo horses that you would see at a bar. Or something
Yeah,
like
but it's
that.
on the floor. Like it's smaller though. It's like a little
really?
saddle. Yeah, I actually have the measurements here, which
Okay.
I wrote down. Yeah, no, but it's not that like intimidating at all. Like in that way. Like look at it. Here, Andy, look at the picture.
It's small,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah, it's the measurements are what is it? 10 inches high, 13 wide, 12 inches long. Wow. And the thing about it, which I thought was cool, which we have to do more work on it, but what was your experience of like watching me on it?
It's hot. I mean, it was cool watching you do something you'd never done either.
Right.
Yeah, for the first time, and then you're trying different settings and stuff, and I don't know. It was just fun to watch your reaction. It was hot.
It
hot.
just plugs into the wall.
And
Yeah.
it's intense. I mean, it's intense.
Yeah.
Like the motor, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Feels like you're
Jeez.
operating a heavy piece of machinery.
Right. It was a good time.
That's crazy.
So fun with sex toys. Yeah, exactly. We want to help us answer some emails here?
Okay.
Okay.
Totally.
This one is about dating in San Francisco, so I thought you could really help me with this one.
Definitely.
Okay, Emily, I've started listening to your show this year and enjoy it a lot. It's entertaining and definitely insightful. Even being 32, I know there's always more to learn. Hoping you can give me some insight into meeting and connecting with women that are strong and beautiful. I'm 5'4", athletic, working out 5 days a week, own my own company, own my own place, make good money, and feel like I'm confident in every element of my life. I live in San Francisco and have for most of my life. I actually think there are a lot of beautiful girls in the city, but for the past 4 years, I haven't met anyone that can keep me interested for more than 6 months. Besides a general lack of connection, there's either a complete lack of intelligence, no sense of humor, or not attractive. I found a few girls who are put together but unexciting sexually. I feel like I'm looking in the wrong places. I've tried all the dating apps and they're all losers for me. All my friends are married with kids, so the phase of getting introductions to single friends is pretty much over. Being a shorter guy, I feel like one of my issues is making an approach at a bar, but once I'm in, my confidence takes over. Bottom line, I'm wondering if you have advice for me on how to meet a woman like you. Confident, successful, sexual, and ready for a relationship. Do they exist in my city? I know you know this city, so help me out. Do I need to change up my social scene? Any resources outside Tinder and apps, similar apps I can check out? Give me direction. Thanks, Mike. What do y'all think? San Francisco. You guys both came to LA, but what do you think dating in San Francisco?
Dating in San Francisco would be pretty easy if we're confident.
Yeah, and he sounds like he has the confidence.
Mm-hmm. Then it's just pretty much just a numbers game then.
And
right?
he seems like he has really high standards and he's kind of judgmental with these women, maybe. Yeah?
Yeah.
And, like, I'm wondering if, like, he's just holding to the standard that, like, he thinks he knows exactly what he wants. He's like, they're attractive, but they're not attractive. I'm into them, but I'm not into them.
I have friends like that where they've set such high standards, like they end up never dating anybody.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But if that's whatever, then you're just gonna be a numbers game. Then you're just gonna have to keep on going.
Yeah, and he also says he's dated these women for 6 months and they don't work out. Then they just don't work out.
Yeah.
I mean, to some extent, it's like, what do you want? I
Did
don't know.
he say for 6 months? Did he? Okay.
He said I get tired of him after 6 months.
Well,
It's
a lot
like,
of guys do. That's
Yeah,
what happens.
everybody
Because
does.
I don't know that he's emotional. Exactly, that happens. I don't think that he's really emotionally like open. I think that he's in his head, just like our caller earlier, that he's thinking about it too much. And maybe you should try a little duty dating, like with girls that you're like automatically think, no, I'm not into. Like go out with them once, like 3 times, like 3 dates, and don't just write people off that you think you wouldn't be into. Because clearly the women that he thinks he's attracted to, he's not necessarily attracted to. So I think that you just got to, and if they're not sexually unexciting, you also might have bailed too soon on them, and they might be more exciting because sometimes it takes time, to get into someone. So, I mean, you got the confidence thing down, and just make sure when you're out with someone, you're using eye contact, you're asking questions, and make sure that you have plans for the dates. And just really, maybe you just got to not think about it so much. Again, just ask women out that you wouldn't normally be attracted to. Okay, Mike, good luck in San Francisco. You know what? Everyone thinks that every town sucks, but the truth is, wherever you go, there you are. You'll find someone. And we have another caller.
Sweet.
So exciting. It's Ryan from Minnesota. Hey, Ryan, what's up? Thanks for calling Sex with Emily. You're on air. What's up, Ryan?
This Emily?
Yes. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Emily. That's Ryan. I was just, I heard you talk about before about vibrators and guys being afraid to buy them or have them for women. And,
Right.
yeah. And,
Is that you? Are you afraid to buy them? What's your question?
no, we've had a vibrator before, but my wife, we don't get it on that much. And, it seems like when we do have a vibrator that, she would use it and then we wouldn't have sex for a long time. So it's not like we're afraid to have a vibrator.
Okay. So what's the problem? What's going on right now? You have a vibrator and she uses it, but then she doesn't want to have sex.
I've heard you talk in the past about how guys are afraid to, get vibrators.
And you're not afraid.
To have a vibrator in the house and then because the women, don't use it or whatever. But I'm sorry, I'm just really nervous.
Oh, no, don't worry
sweetie,
about
don't
it.
be nervous at all. You're awesome. You're so awesome. No, I love you.
Yeah,
Called
so I
in.
get what he's saying. He's like, don't be afraid of them.
Yeah, so you're not
Basically.
afraid of them, but you're
Right.
saying that she's
No.
not as into it, maybe. Are you saying that you buy it and then she's like not using it?
Well, no, she'll use it, but then it's like we don't have sex, that often because we don't, maybe we have it once a week. But if, I'm not around or whatever, she'll use a vibrator. Then it's like 2 weeks. Well, we won't have sex for 2 weeks. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, he's getting replaced
Oh, you
by
think
the vibrator.
you're being replaced by the vibrator? Are you sure?
Yes, we've talked about that.
Well, what
And
do
then I hear
Well, you need to throw that thing in the dumpster then.
Yeah, I did.
You did? Oh no. Okay. So something else.
We've used it together, but then it seems, like I said, when I'm not around,
Yeah.
I'm always wanting to get it on, but there's times when I'm not around, and then all of a sudden she'll use it. She would have or did use it, and then.
Do you guys ever use it
boom,
together?
then-
Did you use
Yeah.
it together before you threw it in the
Yeah,
dumpster? You did.
Yeah, we did.
And then you're like at dinner, and she's like texting
Okay,
the
but
vibrator.
is there
and,
other
like,
things
Skyping
going?
with it later.
Is there other things going on in your relationship right now? Have there been stress or any issues? Is she going through anything emotionally? Do you guys have a fight?
No.
Financial stress?
She gets stressed at work, but you know,
It's just the vibrator's that good, Emily.
No,
Accept
it's not
it.
true. They don't replace
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. Are you doing? Do you know?
I've seen through. I try everything, back rubs. Every time that's another thing I was going to talk to you about too. Is I don't last that long, so I bought enough promethazine, and it didn't seem like it helped me much.
Really? It didn't help you? Did you use it correctly?
Alcohol. Gotta try alcohol.
I think that there's a lot going on here. First of all, do you make sure that she's pleased? Like, do you know how to give her an orgasm? Like,
that's the thing I make up. I go down on her every time and, make sure she's pleased, and then I do my quick thing. And
right. So you're worried about, premature ejaculation. So it sounds like there's a few things going on here. Do you think that have you guys talked about that? The fact that you don't last as long in bed? And, like, do you guys talk about this stuff?
We both, realize that I don't last that long, so that I make up for it, going down on her and making sure she's always pleased first.
Right. And how about just, like, foreplay and, like, doing things? Like, do you guys ever go away together? Do you ever surprise her? Do you ever have sex outside the bedroom? Like, sometimes you just got to mix things up.
Yeah, I try to get it whenever I can.
Okay. Well, I think that you just got to, like...
Whenever she's in the mood, then,
But you got to get her in the mood. Like, foreplay starts after the last orgasm. So what can you do to turn around? Like, what makes her feel good? Like, when you take her out, when you make a special plan, if you surprise her with something, like, give her a massage, tell her it's all about her pleasure. I don't really know. Like, is there something else that you've been wanting to try, or does she have any sexual fantasies that you guys haven't tried yet? Do you guys talk about this stuff?
I've tried to talk to her about it, but she doesn't. She never tells me anything about her fantasies or anything. So
why is she saying she's not having sex with you?
We got 3 kids, and
well, that's really hard too. Okay, so you got kids and work.
Yeah, but have you even had that discussion? Have you had that discussion at all, or no? I know it's like
it's really hard.
Weird and
it can be
hard
really
to
challenging.
Have that discussion on why you're not having sex.
About what?
About just like why you're not having sex.
Yeah.
It is a problem. Like couples who don't have sex, like eventually, you do become roommates. So it sounds like you have to change the way you guys are talking about it, because it's not really like you're frustrated, and I think that you're also like have some, you're upset with her because of the vibrator thing, and you're thinking that's replacing you. I'm not sure that's the case. I think there's something else going on here, and that you need to like take the conversation to a deeper level. Okay. Okay. Good luck.
Vibrator, man.
Go shopping for something else. Like, go to your local sex toy store. I know there's one in Minnesota, and walk around and be like, hey, what about this lingerie? What about this toy? What about this book, this porn? And just get a whole bevy of things you can try to spice it up again. Okay? Good luck to you. Thank you so much for calling, Ryan. I really appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Good times.
See?
What?
Getting replaced by the vibrator.
Dude, that doesn't happen. No.
You always say that never happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
See?
They can't cuddle. The vibrator, I would never. I would never. I would never leave you.
I know. I'm okay.
Sex toy pusher.
Oh, you'd be okay with that, actually.
No, Emily loves her vibrator, but it's all good.
Yeah, and I use it like every time. Although I did on Valentine's Day, I brought over like a suitcase of toys that I wanted to try. It was like literally a suitcase. It was kind of hilarious.
And a collar.
And a collar.
And a collar.
I woke up with a collar on.
And a leash?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, I did.
Was it studded? What kind of collar was it? Leather?
Leather.
Pink.
Pink?
We don't
Where
really
did you get this?
It was like Joanna Angel. It was Joanna Angel's. It was from Stockroom. Yeah, Stockroom.
Wow.
Emily also fell off her chair at dinner that night.
I was buzzed. And
Oh, man.
And I don't drink that much, which is a good time.
Okay,
it's hot
other
in
than
here.
sex toys, what else does she do on a Valentine's Day for you?
What'd I do?
She needs to do other than bring over a suitcase full of sex toys.
I know,
Give
but
him
I
a good
always give her
blowjob?
crap. I'm like, other than the sex, what are you bringing to the table?
I was telling Ross this. I
Scintillating
was like,
conversation before she fell off her chair, and then
Yeah.
then it was time to
I
go
used
home.
to say that you used to give me shit because you're like, I don't cook. I don't you're like, I don't understand what you bring to the table. In
She
a
made me a
relationship.
smoothie the other day.
I did. That was good.
What?
It was a really good
Yeah,
smoothie.
okay, I'll help
Did you buy it or did you make it?
No, she made it. That's like her one cooking thing she does.
What else do I bring to the table? Menace always wants to know.
Yeah.
Stuff,
things.
Yeah. So much.
Short comment. Okay, we'll leave
It's
it at
never
that.
a dull moment.
See?
Right.
That's
Good
what she
times.
brings.
Here you are on a podcast talking about your sex relationship with millions of people.
Yeah,
It's
why not?
never a boring moment.
It's not boring. I'm surprised too he wants to be here. But thank you, Ross. And should we give out your Twitter and
You're
stuff?
welcome, Emily.
Ross is a doctor, also a musician.
Sweet.
Plays in bands and has great music. So you can check him out at Dr. Ross Grant on Twitter. We just started his Twitter account.
Yeah, I'm new to Twitter. It's exciting.
I know. You should tweet him.
And all our listeners are going to tweet you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean...
Are they going to be
Oh,
mean?
no. I don't know
like-
what the hell they're going to say.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, like 80% of the dudes that listen to the show want to have sex with her, so I'm sure they'll have nice comments for you.
That could be dark, huh?
Don't forget, strike that. And it's at Dr. Ross Grant M. What the hell is it? MD, PhD, OMG.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Okay, on
right.
Instagram. That was the Instagram. At Dr. Ross Grant, MD, PhD, OMG. And Menace is at Menace.
This menace, yeah.
Across the freaking board. I love you,
yeah.
Menace.
Love you
This was
too.
good. You were good. You handled this well.
Yeah, see, I didn't get you too upset. She gets mad at me sometimes. Feels that I grill her too much, but everyone always sucks her dick all the time, you know? It's
Who sucks my dick?
Somebody has to bring her down to reality.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. It's good.
This was awesome. Thank you both. Okay. Anything else I have to say? I thank you, Madison Price. You're amazing. Producer, thank you, Lori. Is she here? Lori, thank you for everything. And thank you, Kevin. Thanks for the calls and the board.
I didn't have
This
to
was
run the board this time.
I know.
I was so happy.
And so I really hope that we're going to start doing this more often, taking calls, and we will let you know when. So you have to follow me, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, at Sex with Emily.
It's great
and,
hearing from the people.
I love it. We
Yeah.
like this. Like old times. So, yeah. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. Okay, guys, I got to tell you about Fleshlight, which is the #1 sex toy for men. And it's probably the only one you want. So let me tell you about it. It's a male masturbation sleeve. And I know you're thinking, I've got my hand. Why do I need anything else? I'm sure your hand works fine, but we talked a lot about toys on the show. If you could feel something that actually felt like sex, but not like your hand, but just as amazing, and you had mind-blowing orgasms, doesn't it make you curious? Don't you want to try it? I think you should try it, the Fleshlight. It is a crowd pleaser. Not one guy, and I know a lot of you bought it, who listen to the show have ever said, like, I want to return my Fleshlight. It sucked. Or like, oh my God, where's the Fleshlight been my whole life? So check it out. If you want to last longer in bed, like our earlier caller, they have the stamina training unit that can help you do that. And they also have the new Flight, which is smaller and lighter, but it does not necessarily mean for smaller penises. So don't be upset if you buy that one. It doesn't mean you have a small penis. Check it out. Go to sexwithemily.com, click on the Fleshlight banner, and use code Emily, and you get a free bottle of the award-winning Flesh Lube. Also, Promescent. If you want to last longer in bed, you have to try Promescent. Did you know that 1 in 3 men, they suffer from premature ejaculation, or they just don't last as long as they'd like? There is an orgasm gap between men and women. I'm sorry, it's true. Men last between, 4 and 6 minutes, and women can take between 20 and 40 minutes to orgasm. So Promescent closes that gap. You should check it out. Go to promescent.com. That's PROMESCENT. Thanks for listening. Love you. Bye.